ready to get your first quote in government contracting? Listen, some of you guys have had your cage code for a year, 2 years, maybe even longer. I ain't trying to call you out, but a lot of people don't have success in government contracting because you don't have this one skill set. This one skill set being getting a quote. I'm gonna make some live calls today. I'm gonna show you what I say on the phone. I'm gonna show you how I get a quote. And guess what, guys? I'm gonna challenge you. If you take the challenge, put challenge below. I want you to put the comment challenge below. I'm gonna challenge you to apply what I teach you here and get your quote this week. We're gonna get this quote and probably today, but at latest, maybe 48 hours. We'll give you guys some more clips. But if you wanna take the challenge, put challenge below, and we're gonna see what you do, okay? Let's get to it. All right, so listen, y'all, I pulled up some opportunities for you guys just to check out. I'm not gonna go through the whole shabam on finding opportunities. You gotta definitely get into the training and lock in with us. But listen, right now we got some services on the screen. So we got a manhole cover, sewer repair. This one's kind of interesting. I might not call on this one today, we'll see. They got a single airman retreat. So they got a retreat for airmen. We got, let's see what else we got here. We got tree removal services. We got security surveillance in Puerto Rico. We have transcription services. We have patrol boat dry docking services. Boy, you know how I do, y'all. I always got my dog with me. And we got hard hat supply. So I want to do a product too. So the typical way I go about this, guys, is like, honestly, I mean, I might be jumping around for the recording just to give you guys different calls. But honestly, the way I typically go about it is I'll pick one opportunity and I'll stay on that opportunity until I make about 10 or 15 calls. And my goal, as some of you guys may or may not know, is to get like 3 quotes. Now, if we only get 1, we can submit. We good to go. But the goal is to get 3. So let's just start with the... Let me see. I think a lot of people talk about tree removal a lot, so we might try this tree removal. No, hold on, I don't want to do tree removal. Let's do something out there. Let's do this patrol boat dry docking. And I want to do this one only because I want you guys to show, like, I don't have a boat, y'all. You might have seen me on a boat before, but I don't have a boat. I know nothing about boats. I assume that dry docking means like taking a boat out the water and putting it on the dock, right? I mean, I can interpret that. So let me go into what I do. So what I'll do is I'll find the scope of work real quick. And let's see here. So I promise y'all, this is just live how we do it. I'm just kind of skimming this right now. Actually, let me get my little notebook, my little note pen. Sometimes I'll take little notes. So it says here we got a 41-foot. Let me see, I just lost it. Let's see here. Control boat, barring any weather-related intends. I saw the size a second ago here. But we got a contractor to provide handles and more vessel, including, okay. Let me see. I just saw what I thought I saw. That's okay. All right, so we know it's a boat. We know it's gonna be taken out the water. Let me scroll down here. Zinc replacements. I don't know what that is. Hull clean. Okay, we got hull cleaning. We got painting services. And just notice what I'm doing here, guys. I'm just taking little. This document here is 11 pages long. I'm not telling you not to read, but I'm telling you that I'm going ahead and just kind of skim this over with here. Inspection services, painting services, tank cleaning services, remove, inspect, reinstall rudders. So this is basically just the typical services. Now let me go back and see how big is this boat. Dry docking, invoices, let's see here. Let's track this document out real quick. Boom, boom, technical submittals. So this is how to submit. Submitting will be a whole nother video. Follow us for more. We'll show you the more videos on how to submit later, but let's just focus on getting a quote for right now. As we're doing this, it's 2:27, all right? 2:27. I'm gonna show you how simple this is. Again, it's boat, dry dock services. I got the pricing sheet here. I'm not an expert on here. Actually, the pricing sheet is pretty it's pretty extensive. You know, dry docking, underwater plate, fuel tank cleaning. Listen, it ain't even all about that. I'm gonna show you how simple it is. One thing I'm looking for though, I saw it a second ago, so give me a second, is I'm looking for how big the boat is. All right, I got the type of boat it is. It's a P204, whatever that is. Again, I don't know. We're gonna find out real quick. Let's see. Okay, P204. I got it. All right, so now let's do the next part. So the next part in our system is, let's go find some subs, right? So we know this is gonna be, and where is this at? No, that's the hard hat. We know this is in Norfolk. Okay, this is Norfolk, Virginia. So, you know, where the dock's gonna be located, guys? In Norfolk, Virginia. I'm assuming they want it somewhere closer. So we're gonna put docks or dry docking in Norfolk. Okay, Norfolk Navy dry dock. All right, let's put maps in. So the way I like to do it as well is I like to like see it on the map visually so we can kind of see what we got going on. So I see a naval shipyard. I see a water refill. Let me see here. Marina, crane services. So again, y'all, I'm not an expert on this, but for me, it's like there's a bunch of docks here. There's probably a docking company we're gonna call. So let me see. Let me get some calls going.
Hello, you have reached no one is here to take your call. To leave a message in the general mailbox, press 300. To leave a message.
Now, typically I would leave a voicemail, but for sake of time, I'm gonna keep it moving. All right. Let's go back to my maps real quick. Let's see here. Try dock. Let's see here. Again, y'all, I picked this one on purpose. Like something I know nothing about. I'm just like, let me see if I can get a quote on this. Like this sounds interesting to me. Let's see here. Let me try something else. Dry docking services, Norfolk. Maps. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see. All right, y'all. So before I make this next call, so listen, I want you guys to take these notes. I'm not an expert. You know, they're the expert. So my goal in the call is just to get a quote. And I'm giving you guys a secret sauce right here. I'm telling you this. Here's the two things I want you to write down if you're taking notes. One thing I want to know is, can you do the job? So you're gonna see in my language here, I'm not really trying to explain everything. I'm just trying to find out, do you provide what I need? And then the second thing I'm trying to get is a quote. How much is it gonna charge? You know, so can you do the job? How much is it gonna cost? Those are the two things I'm trying to do in these calls, as quickly as possible. as we find another number, as quickly as possible. Let's see here.
Hello, and thank you for calling. Please listen carefully to the following options so we may direct your call to the appropriate department. Press 1 for human resources, including recruiting, benefits, and payroll. Press 2 for finance, including accounts payable and accounts receivable. Press 3 for purchasing and warehouse. Press 4 for safety, including workers' compensation and environmental concerns. Press 5 for production. Press 6 for contracts.
Welcome to our voicemail system. You have reached the mailbox of 3.
We're lucking out on this type of category, but we're gonna keep going. And I'm gonna keep going, guys, but there's a lesson behind this as well. And I'm gonna give you the lesson here as I keep going, is that a lot of people fall in love with these opportunities. You know, you see one, you're like, I gotta get a quote on that one. This is the one. There's so many posted every single day. For me, and I'm giving you guys a real interpretation. After I make 10, 15, maybe 20 calls and I don't reach anyone and I'm running through roadblocks, whatever roadblocks they may be, I move on. I'm on to the next one. Now, we still got a few more calls
Thank
to
you for
do,
calling.
but we're going to
If you
see.
know your party's extension, you may dial it now. For a dial by name directory, press 2. For departmental directory, press 3. For facilities, dial 1. Human resources, dial 2. Recruiting, dial 3. Pass office, dial 4. Environmental health and safety, dial 5. Accounts payable, dial 6. Payroll, other than timesheet questions, dial 7. Timekeeping, dial 8.
I feel like these sound like payroll companies and not shipyards. I'm like, this is so weird, but it's okay. We dial another one and then we'll see. We might go to the next one. We'll see.
Lorna speaking. How may I assist you?
Hey, how you doing today?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Hopefully you can help me out. I've been making a lot of calls. I'm trying to find out some dry docking services in the area. Do you guys provide dry docking?
Dry docking services?
Yeah.
No, unfortunately we don't. I'm so sorry.
Do you happen to know anyone in the area that you guys partner with, possibly?
Give me just 1 second. Let me see if the owner knows. Give me just 1 second, please.
Okay, appreciate it.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing today?
How you doing, sir? How can I help you?
I was calling about dry docking. I know you guys don't provide that, but I was wondering if you had any connections in an area that provide dry docking services.
Is this for a vessel?
Yeah,
For a vessel?
for a vessel. Yeah, like a
For
speed.
ship? You can probably check a shipyard
That's why I was trying to reach them.
and probably shipyard. Probably the two that I know that they can probably. It depends also on the length. How big is it?
It's like a speedboat. It's like a patrol boat that the military uses. So it's like a. I'm not an expert. I don't know how long it is, but it's like a speedboat they're looking to get dry docking services on.
Let me. So it belongs to the Navy. Okay.
Yeah, it belongs to the Navy. It's like their PF 204 boat, like one of their patrol boats.
Well, I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I can probably get back to you on that. Let me see if I can call a colleague and find out. Is this a good number to reach you?
Yeah, this is a great number to reach me. Yeah, you can give a.
What is your name?
My name is Wesley Fisher.
Wesley Fisher. Okay, Mr. Wesley.
All right.
Let me call some of my colleagues and see what we can do.
All right, you the man. What was your name?
Monty Jose.
Monty Jose. Okay. All right, man. Well, yeah, this is a good number. Give me a call anytime. I'll be in front of my desk and let me know. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, talk to you soon.
Is there only one boat?
You know what? I got the information here in front of me. We're gonna be partnering with them. I'm not sure. It might be more than one, but I have to find out. I have to look into the details here and find. Oh, here it is. 41 feet length.
41 foot. Okay.
Yeah, 41 foot. That's how long it is. Yeah, I believe is one, but don't quote me.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get back to you on that.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you. All right. Bye bye. Cool. All right, y'all. we got some motion going, and I was about to move on to the next one, but we got some motion. And you know what's cool? That verified some things for me because I already had called. What is it called? Whatever. I already called one of the companies he's talking about in this company, and as you guys saw earlier, the phone's ringing off, nothing's answering, no one's going through. Now I reached this gentleman, and here's my tip you got from that call, right? And you guys should know this, but here's my biggest tip. Who do you know? Like when you guys use Google as a way to call subs, that's just one way of doing it. This company is a shipyard. Yeah, they're a shipyard. So obviously they know dry docking services. So that's it. Long story short, I'm waiting for him to get back with me on these two major companies. Those are the two major companies in the area. So stay tuned on this video, stay posted, and we'll see where this one goes, okay? All right. Now with that, I'm gonna switch to a different one. Is that cool? I'm gonna switch to a different one. Only because like this dry docket thing is like tough. Yeah. Everything's always hit or miss. You don't know what's gonna be the easiest, what's gonna be the hardest one. Like I'm looking at this one in Puerto Rico, and I'm like, I think I would do that one, but then it's like, it's Puerto Rico, so let me do something really quickly. Let me put in Puerto Rico. Let me go to Google, Puerto Rico, and then let's put security services. And again, notice my tip before I go into this again. Notice my tip. I haven't opened up any documents. I haven't really read any. Like the guy. Also, back to the last phone call. I'm sorry. Back to the last guy. The guy said, "How long's the boat? How long's the vessel?" I don't know. I promise you guys this. You got to read between the lines what I'm doing. Cause I might not be able to teach everything as I'm talking to you guys. Cause I'm trying to just for sake of time. But I was doing this without talking. I'll be like probably had a quote by now. But now I got to talk and think about it. But I promise you guys this. The biggest tip I can give you in this training is you can say the words you don't know. You don't have to worry about looking dumb. Like I'm just being honest and real with the guy. Hey, I don't know how many boats they need. Hey, I don't know how long the boat is. He's like, oh, okay, I think I know how long that is. But eventually I pulled up the document and I said it was 41 feet. He's like, oh, okay, I know exactly what that is. But you see, I didn't know when I first called. You don't need to know when you first call. All right, let's try this security service one. So security and surveillance of the Puerto Rico. So this is for, looks like U.S. Fish Wildlife Services. Security and surveillance of Puerto Rican parrot recovery project. Okay, interesting. Parrot recovery project. Does that mean they want to watch people as they get these birds? I don't know. All right, so what I'm gonna do again is I'm gonna go into the PWS, the performance work statement. Okay, the Puerto Rican parrot is the only native parrot species that remains in the U.S. I love this about government contract. You just learn stuff every day. I didn't know that. Okay, it's the most endangered in the U.S. Okay, let's say it's objective to establish contact with a security company that will provide surveillance and security to the Puerto Rican parrot fish hatchery located in Marquita, Peru. I can't pronounce it. Person will provide protection against theft, vandalism, and harm parrots to the parrot's property. Okay, so it's a federal building. 15 hours per day, 4 p.m. to 7 a.m. overnight. Okay, got it. Boom, boom, boom. And we got a location here. So let me open up another tab here of where this is at in Puerto Rico. I bet you it's probably remote. Ooh, my goodness. It is very remote. Ooh. I mean, Puerto Rico's bigger than y'all think. Or it's bigger than I thought. Let's see here. All right, let me get off the island ones. Let me pull up a different one for you guys. Only because I want to be able to get some motion today. And so you guys, just so you know, I mean, we started at 227. It's only 249. So like, one thing I want to give another tip is like actually like scheduling time to do government contracting. Like if you want to be successful in anything in life, you gotta give yourself an hour, 2 hours. Like give yourself that time, and actually give you the whole time. Undistracted and actually working through that time. So keep that in mind too. Like even though we've only been doing about 25 minutes. We're going to keep going until we get some motion going on some other things. So let's see what else we got. Okay, what's this? We got some grounds maintenance. This might be something to work on in Oregon. All right. So grounds maintenance, U.S. Army Corps engineers. This is in Oregon. Let's see. Looks like it may be some, let's see here, see if they got a picture. I think we're gonna do this one, guys. Let's see, we got grounds, maintenance. Okay, here we go. Okay, Cottage Grove, fire breaks. So it looks like they got some tree lines and a bunch of stuff. This is a huge job. Probably wouldn't recommend this for people starting out. Let's see, yeah, Eugene. But then again, you know, sometimes people just want to go after the big ones. Some of you guys are like, I want to go after the big ones. I want to go the ones with big money. Okay. This is one of those jobs, but it's a pretty large job. But let's still get an idea of what the call would sound like, you know, because I already know what I'm gonna ask the first question, but I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna ask here, because the still common thing I want you guys to realize is that I don't still know enough. All I know that this is a big project, and I'm looking for a big sub who can do something big. So just listen to the intro of this call, because I think this is gonna be valuable for you guys to hear, like kind of how I would start something off with this.
Hi, you've reached.
All right, let's call another one. Again, y'all, my biggest tip is do leave voicemails. I wanna just reach someone, so that's why I'm just like continuing to go. Let's see here. And people are probably wondering, like, well, how does a voicemail sound? Well, just ask them to call you back. Just a normal voicemail, nothing particular.
Landscapes, this is Cameron.
Hey, Cameron, how you doing today?
Good, how can I help?
Question: do you happen to do like large scale commercial landscaping services, like for a whole valley? Like the government's looking for like the whole valley, like landscaping, edges, things like that. Do you guys do that? Is that in your wheelhouse?
Is it like a federal contract or something, or what is it?
It will be. Yeah, it will be. That's the goal. It's, you know, Army Corps of Engineers are looking to maintain like basically everything near Point Lake, Dexter Lake, Fern Ridge Lake, just kind of all the edges. And again, we're not with
Okay.
them. We're looking for someone who's like got that in their wheelhouse.
I'd probably pass just because
Mm.
it's probably a little more than I want to fuss with.
Yeah, it's a pretty big job.
Yeah, for sure. And with the government, everything's got to be perfect. And yeah, I would probably just pass on it. I've gotten hit up for a few times for like the Tyrell seed farms and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I'm familiar with it.
Okay, cool. No problem, man. Appreciate your honesty. Thank you.
You bet. Bye.
All right, bye. All right, so the lesson behind that, again, y'all, I knew that was gonna be the case. The lesson behind that is like get straight to the point. When you call a sub, you know, you see these calls. Nowhere in these calls, I'm like, hello, this is Wesley Fisher. How you doing? I'm with so and so. None of that. It's just like, hey, listen, it's a big job. It's at this place. Would you do it? So back to our two notes, right? Our two notes were this: can you do the job? How much is it gonna cost? What I do right away is, can you do the job? Now, what he says doesn't really matter. I mean, he says it's government, he says it's big, he says whatever he says. We kind of already knew that was going to be the case because it's a big job. But the point was, on the phone call, for you guys to get your numbers up, to get your quotes up, is get to the point. Like, just say it right out. Like, is it a government job? Is it this? Is it? Yes, it is. It's big. All right, move on. Like, that's exactly what you want to do. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from that one too. And again, guys, this is all good. This is the process. This is how it works. But we're gonna move on from that one because I just know that's a huge job, and you're gonna need like maybe a national company could probably do it. But it seems like a pretty big job. So this next one that we're gonna do, and we should be able. Don't quote me, but we should be able to get a quote for this one. This is going to be epoxy flooring. So someone go in there and redo their floors. This is for the National Guard. They're looking for some epoxy flooring. And boom, boom, boom. So again, the scope of work is 18 pages. I skimmed real quick, and I just saw the total area to be prepared is 6,500 square feet. And guess what, guys? That is the only piece of information I'm going to have when I make these calls. That's it. Now, again, is there other information here? The contractor should prepare 5% for overage. They wanted, okay, here we go. 3/16 thick is how long they want the epoxy to be. And I'm sure there's other stuff here. There's blueprints. There's all other stuff here. There's plenty of stuff here. There's all top coats, painting. There's everything here. But to get a quote, I'm sorry, to start the quoting process or to start making calls to subs, you kind of just got to know the basics, and that's the basics you want to know. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's now here's the one question you got to ask yourself. Even me, I'm thinking right now, is who does epoxy flooring? You know? Yeah, flooring. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put flooring companies in Oklahoma, but I don't know. I know I've looked into it here where I live at, but I'm just gonna call some of the flooring companies. And then also what I want to do, only because I got a feeling they'll probably ask, is I think I want to have the address if you can. If you don't have it in front of you, but if you can, you want to try to make sure you have the address, because just know that most companies are going to call you like, well, where's it located at?
This Bryce.
Hey, Bryce, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, do you guys do epoxy flooring?
We do concrete coatings, yeah, polyaspartics.
Okay. I'm no expert, so does that same thing as the same type of epoxy? Is that also included? Because I don't know what that all means.
So yeah, well, epoxy is it's a type of resin, and it depends on the type of floor you're talking about. If you're talking about the garage floor, chip floor coatings, durable coatings, anybody who's worth their salt that does it full time, we only use polyurea polyaspartics.
Okay.
Because it's a much more durable resin, lifetime warranty in a residential space, 20 times stronger than epoxies, UV stable, doesn't go brittle after several years. Epoxy is a term. It's almost like Kleenex. It represents, people use it as a term for like all types of resins. But
that makes sense.
But polyaspartics are the type of coatings that we do. Like if you Google epoxy versus polyaspartic, you will find kind of what the differences are chemically. Polyurea has been around for 100 years. It's just been used in pipeline coatings, tanker coatings, oil field applications, and then about 34 years ago, our company patented the concrete formula for polyaspartics. So we ditched epoxies long ago, and most anybody who does this full time, the only term you will hear is polyaspartic from a lifetime type coating. So, and it depends on the application. What type of floor is it?
Yeah, okay, so you were the expert. All right. First of all, congratulations. You are the expert, because I'm not an expert on this. So this is for the National Guard. We're partnering with them.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, you familiar with it? No? Okay.
Is this at the Air Guard base?
The Air Guard base. Let's see here. Yes, correct. They're looking to get that building.
130. Yes.
What,
so
6,500?
What's that? Go ahead.
It's 6,551 square feet.
Yes, I've had a few reach out that are kind of bidding that space. I'm sure you're one of the GCs that are bidding it.
You got it.
Okay. And I have submitted all my paperwork to get cleared to go out there. I know it's been moved to the 25th now, the walkthrough.
Yeah, the bid. Yeah, it got moved to the 25th. I see that here.
Yeah. Yes. So I
am going to be out there on the 25th for that walkthrough.
Okay.
So I will be happy to supplement you and provide you with a bid as well.
I appreciate it.
It will be universal to, the 5 or 6 people that have reached out.
Okay.
And, however you guys will use the information and, whatever, but I will certainly be there the 25th. If you want to send me an email,
I do,
so that I know who to send the bid to, then I'd be happy to send you one as well.
Yep.
We do all the fire work for the Oklahoma City Fire Department, the City of Edmond. We've done several projects for them. So we do a lot of heavy industrial coatings and high traffic coatings. Yes, the city was the same way. When they send everything over, it always says epoxy coating. You don't want epoxy in that type of space. It'll delaminate, it'll flake, it'll peel, it'll crack. The tech data sheets comparing polyaspartic versus epoxies aren't even close. So, so absolutely. Let me get you my email.
Yeah, let me get your email.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it. Awesome. All right, Mr. Taylor. So I'm gonna drop you an email right now. My name is Wesley.
Yeah.
And yeah, it sounds great.
All right.
Increase your chances. You got 4 or 5 people or 5 or 6 people ready to go. You send the quote out. Well, you're definitely gonna be the one doing the job. We know that one for sure, right? You're the expert. So let's get it.
It's hey, well, I look forward to it, and I'll be out there. Just come. I'll have plenty of information with me. So, if you happen to be out there on the 25th, just come find me, and I'll make sure. And of course, I'll email you digital copies of everything so that you can forward that on to them when you submit your entire bid. I'll have plenty of information for you to inundate the guard with to see who's going to get the bid.
Let's do it. All right. I look forward to it. I'm going to drop an email right now. It's great talking to you.
All right. Great talking to you, sir.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Whew. A lot of lessons in that. A lot of lessons. That's actually textbook. So many lessons. Where should I even start? Hey, listen, hope you're enjoying the content. Give me like 1 minute. If you have a cage code and you're watching this content, you're like, Wesley, I want to get to the bag. I want to win a contract just like the people I'm watching. Well, then guess what? We can help you get there. Now, you got to apply. You have to apply to work with us, but we can help you get there. If you're like, Wesley, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I've had my cage code for 2 years, 3 years. I've never submitted a single proposal. I'm giving you permission to apply for the contractingblueprint.com. If you go to the link below, you can apply for a call with our team member, and we'll tell you about our mentorship program. If you're serious, if you're like, Wesley, I'm serious now, it's time for me to make a decision, it's time for me to take this seriously and lock arms with a proven system. Our students have been awarded over $100 million in contracts, and we've only been coaching for about 2 years now. So if you're serious about that, go ahead and book a call and enjoy the rest of the video. I'm out. Peace. First of all, my biggest lesson, guys, is they are the expert. Like, I don't have to explain it to you guys. Like, I don't know what epoxy flooring, I know about epoxy flooring in my garage, but I don't know too much about epoxy flooring. As you guys can see, a lot of you guys take a long time to get a quote because I'll tell you what you do. You sit there and try to learn what he just explained to me over the next 2 or 3 hours. You're like, let me learn everything about epoxy flooring and then let me make a phone call. That doesn't make any sense. What I do is call the expert and say, you're the expert, and let him talk. So first of all, that's one lesson. As you guys can see, he is the expert. He knows everything about epoxy flooring. Second lesson, as you guys heard, some of you guys have run into that. Some of you guys are nervous, and some of you guys have made calls. So I know we got some people who are further along the system. And you're like, Wesley, I called a sub, and he was like, you're the 5th person that called me. And then I hung up the phone on him. And it's like, no. Listen, guys. All because other people call, it's all good. He even explained it better than I can explain it. He even said, great, 4 or 5 people have called me. I'm going to give my same quote to all 4 of you GCs, general contractors. You guys are going to do what you want with that quote. Here's the thing, guys. Guess what? Every single person is going to put different amount of money on top. So even though we all have the same quote, we're all different people, and we all have different, past performance. I know we're using his past performance, but we have different ways of putting our proposal together. Some of you guys are using AI. Some of you guys are actually doing it yourself. So long story short, even though 4 or 5 companies have the same quote, There only can be one winner. So he explained it better than I can tell you guys. It's like, still get the quote. And guess what, guys? On this one, my work here is done. I know this guy is going to give me a quote because, I mean, look, you heard him. I'm going to drop him an email right now. I'm going to expect his quote on the 25th. And guess what? I know we don't want to get into pricing right now, but I'm not going to mark it up a lot because obviously I'm competing against 5 other people. So I'm going to get his quote for whatever it is. I'm going to be conservative with my pricing. And if I win it, I know I have the right guy. I have the expert. I had the guy who did the fire department down the street. How do I know that? Because he told me. So, all right, let me send the email and then we'll do our next one. And he's already got, I'm looking at the site visit too. Like, he knows the day of the site visit. He has everything he needs. I'm like, good. You're my guy. You're who I need. So let me go ahead and just put the quote request here. I'm also going to say it was a pleasure speaking with you. Also, here's another tip for you guys. I've had quotes and things that I've won in which I've reached out to a sub, and the sub will say, "Oh, you're like the 5th person that called me," but they were just on. They don't say these words, but my own words. They would say they were on some trash. They would say that the person that called me didn't send me the email. They didn't follow through. They didn't call me back. So even though there's 4 or 5 other people bidding on this, I'm about my business. I'm gonna say, "Hello, Mr. Taylor. It was great speaking with you. We look forward, watch this, y'all, to partnering with you." I think this is another thing that's going to help people out so many times. So many of you guys don't make the call because you're like, well, how does government contracting work? Do they know that I'm going to put a bid in and I'm going to get paid and I'm going to pay them? Like, oh, do I have to explain that to them? As you guys just saw the call, like, he gets it. He's like, hey, y'all the GCs, I'm doing the work. Let's get to it. All right, it was great speaking with you. We look forward to partnering with you. After you attend the site visit on the 25th, please feel free to forward your quote to our department as well. We look forward to putting together putting together a winning proposal. Boom. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All my information's on there. Okay, let's see here. Send. All right, that's done. So again, we could call it one quote or not. We haven't officially got the quote, but I'm gonna call that done and move on to the next one. I will tell you the only time I won't go through that route if they say, "Thanks for calling. We are going to bid directly on. We're talking to Lieutenant Reed. We're bidding directly. Thanks so much for your call." Got it. No problem. Have a good day. Peace. Like, get off the phone. No big deal. But I will tell you this. Most of the time, they're not. Like, it's very rare that I get a call that's like, "Oh, I'm bidding on that." More than likely is, "Oh, you're like the 8th person that called me today." And they're more confused than they are anything else. They're not actually like, upset. They're just more like, well, why do people keep calling me about this? All right, let's find another one. All right, this one is interesting, guys. This one here, it's funny. It even says how much it was. They don't always give you that. This one, I'm just giving you guys, transparent information. When I click on this one called non-personal groundkeeping services for Gaylord, I don't know where this is at. The place of performance not pop up yet. So I'm just giving you guys my thought process again. Remember, we're starting off again. We're a new one. We're starting off a new one. 320. Okay, we're 320. We're gonna try to get a quote for this. But listen, when I'm thinking, the first thing I see here, okay, where is this located? Place of performance is blank. Okay, I gotta go into the documents. Secondly, I read the first line. It says, the incumbent contract was awarded to Specialized Lawn Care for a 5-year aggregate. So basically, the last 5-year contract for this job was $37,186.02. So it told me how much it was for. Again, I have a lot. We're not going to go into pricing. I have a lot of information. I can get into that. But at least it gives me some information. Like, I kind of have a quote by looking at how much it was in the past. So now, let's see here. Looks like it's mow all grassy areas. Looks like it's okay. This looks like a pretty simple one. It looks like it's just mowing grass. It's just mowing and lawn care. Yeah, it's probably going to be pretty simple because it did say the last one was 30 something. Yeah, this is pretty. Okay, let's do this one. This is pretty cool. All right, so we got a map. As you guys just saw, I eyeballed the map really quickly just to put some eyes on it. Took me like 2 seconds. All right, cool. Eyeballed it, and then I popped up the scope of work. Again, it's a lot of details here. There's like mowing approximately 2 acres, 26 times. So let's say approximately 2 acres. Then we got some prune trees. So we got two times cleanup, fall and spring, probably fall and spring cleanup. Like I have contracts like this already, so I already kind of get it. Fall and spring cleanup, shrubs, all that stuff. Okay, cool. All right, so now all we need to know, so we can get on the phone, is we need to know where this is at. I actually have a contract with this same department. Not this location, but same department. For something similar to this. All right, where is this at? Purpose, scope. Okay, this is the National Weather Service. National Weather Service. And this is in Gaylord, Michigan. All right, and we said about 2 acres. All right, that's all we need. Let's make some calls. Notice how quick that is. That's all we need. We started at 3:20. So now let's go back to Google Maps. Let's type in Gaylord, Michigan, and let's type in landscaping. We got a ton of companies. All right. Okay, one more thing, because I got a feeling that this is gonna go through. One more thing that I need is, and just so you guys know, notice what I'm doing before I make a call, is I probably gonna need an address. So I want you guys to think about, when you make a call to a sub, like, what do you actually need when you talk to them? Maybe the address. You know what? This is actually a good tip, because a lot of people say, Wesley, should I give the address to the subcontractor? All right, hear me out, y'all. How are they gonna give you a quote if you don't give them the address? Like, people just like don't think things through. Like, well, Wesley, I don't want to give them the address because they're gonna go steal it. Now, hear me out on this again. You don't own it. Like, it's not your contract, y'all. Like, you got to get out of that lack mindset of like, if I call this landscaping company up and I give them the address as opportunity, I gave them a contract and they're gonna steal it from me. I'm telling you guys, get out of that mindset. That's what's holding you back in life. Okay, let's see. Interesting. I'm not seeing the address on here, but I can Google it. All right, I'm just going to Google it. Yeah, this is it for sure. All right, so now we got the address. My tip for people, like, that's one thing I noticed earlier on. I used to get so nervous about it because, like, this street name is called, I don't know, Passingham? I don't know. But it's like, when I call and say, hey, yeah, it's on Passingham Road, like, they are going to say, like, they're going to look at me like, why is he saying it like that? They're going to know you're not local, right? So I've had that happen to me before. I've had people say, like, you mean da-da-da-da-da? And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's it. And they're like, what's going on here? And I'll tell them, yo, I'm in Ohio. I'm based in Ohio. Like, I'm not there. So, like, you guys have permission to say that. Just keep it 100%. Like, don't worry about it. You're not going to know how to locally, say the local names. It is what it is. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, boom. Yeah, south of Gaylord. So I'm gonna call, the reason I do that too is, like, I'm just gonna call the places closest to it first. And here's another tip, guys. Like, people say, like, Wesley, how do you manage all these contracts all over the country? Well, guess what? When I call these subs, they don't know, but I know they're down the street because I can see it. It makes it easier for you when you're calling subs down the street. Just put it like that. This company's called.
We are a residential property maintenance company offering snow blowing, spring fall leaf cleanups, gutter cleaning, lawn mowing, small tree trimming, and garden bed maintenance in Nishaway and the Gaylord area. We have a strict 8-mile service radius outside of the Loon Golf Course and only offer snow blowing inside the Nishaway Association. If none of this applies to you, please hang up now. But if this does apply to you...
Excuse me, let me hang up now. Hey, I actually don't mind that voicemail. I don't mind it, bro. It's like, hey, if you outside of, and here's, again, back to my point, guys. 2 things you want to know. Can you do the job? How much it's going to cost? He just said, if you out of 8 miles from what I need, and I'm looking on the map, I'm definitely way more than 8 miles out. He said, go and hang up. I said, all right, let me go hang up. I actually like this sub. He's a straight shooter. He's like, don't even call me if you're not trying to do some type of residential stuff. And also, when he said that he only did residential, I also thought about hanging up as well then, because I was like, this is more commercial.
You've reached landscaping. Please leave a message. We'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Hi, I can be reached at just trying to get a quote for landscaping services at the National Weather Service Center in Gaylord. So give me a call back when you get a chance. Thanks. There you guys go. That's basically what a voicemail looks like. Let's see here. Let's keep going.
Nobody want to work.
No, they don't. I'm like, it's 3:30 on a Wednesday. Like, where they at?
Hi, you've reached Brad with Lawn Care. Sorry I can't come to the phone right now. Please leave your name and a brief message, and I'll return your call as soon as possible. Thank you.
Hey, Brad. This is Wes calling to get a quote for landscaping services for the National Weather Service. Give me a call back if you guys do commercial services. All right, thanks.
03885 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello, hi. I'm calling to get a quote for some landscaping services at the National Weather Service. Give me a call back if that's something you guys do. Thank you. And I want you guys to notice what I'm doing in the voicemail too. Notice I kind of made it sure you guys heard it that time. At the National Weather Service. One thing I want you guys to always learn in government contracting is you are not the National Weather Service. We are not the government. You never want to come across of like, hey, this is Wesley at the National Weather Service. You want to say I'm partnering with, if you guys might have heard me say that a few times a day, just, be careful. Like, you don't want to legally ever say that you're with the government. And I don't think anyone purposely does that, but I think a lot of new people that watch this, you don't know to do that. And then you're out there talking about, yeah, this is so-and-so with the Department of Defense. You going to jail. You going to jail. Don't do that. Just so you guys know like how your day should work. It's like, if I have a list of about 10 here, but if I have a list of 10, I'm gonna go to that first one. Like let's say that you only have 2 hours a day to give to this. Okay, bet. During that 2 hours, close the door, put the baby away, like dedicate 2 hours. And during those 2 hours, start with that first one on your list and call 15, 20 subs until you're finished. Until you leave 15 or 20 voicemails, you've reached out to 15 or 20 companies, and when no one calls you back and you're waiting for voicemails, all that good stuff, waiting for callbacks, now go to the next one and then work until you're finished with that. And then go to the next one and work until you're finished with that. So this is what you want. You don't want to jump around. I'm jumping around right now for examples for you guys, but really you don't really want to jump around. Really you want to like spend like as much time as you can on one until you like, for me, actually tell you guys the truth, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 13 subs in the area according to this Google. Once I call 13, I'm done. Like you've worked till finish. Now go to the next one, move on. And then if you do that and you stay dedicated to doing that, 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day. And again, I'm not telling you guys to only work 2 hours a day, by the way. I get asked all the time, Wesley, how many hours a day does it take to be successful? As many as it takes, right? When I first got started, y'all, I was all day, every day. I'll be on here for hours and putting hours and hours. I'm not saying that's going to take that, but I'm saying for you is you got to at least be dedicated to at least a couple hours and like work until finish. So that was it. I'm going to keep that up though, because I left a lot of voicemails. So I'm going to keep that tab up in case they do call me back. And by the way, all these guys, all the ones that we're covering today, I'll make sure I'll press record if I get calls back later this week or whatever. Like I'll make sure that I will record any call back or anything. Like obviously the guy, Mr. Taylor, everyone. I'm going to make sure I give you guys up to speed on everything I called on today. So that way we're just kind of seeing where things lead. You just never know. Let's see. All right. So let's do this one, guys. We're going to do a new one. We're going to do some air duct cleaning in Ohio. Ohio. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 attachments. So I'm not saying it's good as in like, oh my goodness, that's what you look for. I'm saying it's like, I'm going to show you how I would make these calls based on not looking at all the attachments. So let me open up the scope of work. I already opened up the pricing sheet. So let me open up the scope of work. All right. Let's see here. It should perform lockout or each air handler prior to performing the work. Contractor shall use vacuum. Okay. Youngstown. Okay, so it's the Youngstown. Oh, it is Youngstown. So it's at the Youngstown Air Reserve. So it's the Air Force Reserve. So they're gonna need base access and all that good stuff. And this is for building 402. And then we got the address here. Cool. And then let's see here. Let's see. Now the next thing I want to see is if I can eyeball like how big this is. Let's see here. No, I don't see anything here about how big. But let me go to one more document here. Building 402. We probably got some like specs. Yeah, so we got a spec sheet here. I don't understand it because I don't need to. All right, let's call. Let's do some calls.
Hello, this is Angela. How can I help you?
Hey, Angela, how you doing today?
I am doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking.
No problem. How can I help you today?
I'm looking to see if I can get a quote for air duct cleaning, commercial. Do you guys do commercial air duct cleaning?
It just depends on if the ductwork is accessible. Nothing can be like underneath. It has to all be accessible. Registers are accessible.
Yeah, everything looks. I'm no expert on it. Now I'll tell you this, I'm no expert, but this is for the Youngstown Air Reserve. We're partnering with them to get the job done. I got.
Okay, so
blueprints.
actually, sorry, not to cut you.
No, go ahead.
We've just had a couple of people in regards to this specific quote call in, and we did get blueprints, and my boss did say that is going to be out of our realm.
It's out of your scope. So when you say that, that means it's not accessible. Like what you were just saying earlier, they're not very accessible.
There's just a lot to go through to get that bid done, and there's just some things that we looked at and they wouldn't be able to do.
Yeah. Okay. So kind of out of your scope. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it. I just want to get a heads up because I'm gonna keep calling, but it's like, well, I want to know what's the issue. So it's more of like the job might be kind of big. It looks like. Is that what you're saying?
Right, and we're not 100% sure about everything being accessible, and all the ducts have to be hard sheet metal as well, because our system is so vigorous. It's a roto brush system, and it would tear the flex duct apart.
Oh yeah, so we have not hard sheet metal. And they had some flex duct there. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
No problem.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. A lot of lessons in that. I'm going to keep calling, but notice, guys, like, when someone says they can't do something, like, find out why. Like, I tell you guys all the time, like, I'm no expert. She said it has to have hard sheet metal because they have brushes that go and do the cleaning. This one at the fire department actually has flex duct, so that means if they put their brush in there, they're going to break it, right? Now, I don't know that by reading all this paperwork online, but I know that by asking the question. So I will tell you guys another tip when you make these phone calls is that you're going to become an air duct specialist in like about an hour. Like once I call the next sub, I'm be like, hey, listen, if it's got flex duct and you guys got brushes, is that okay? They're gonna be like, oh no, we can't do flex duct. I'm be like, oh, okay. And look, I don't know what flex duct is, like, right? But you become an expert as you ask questions. So the fact that they can't do it, it sucks. But now we move on. We move on to the next sub. And now we know as well that it's not super accessible. So that's what it sounds like. It sounds like this stuff is in a ceiling somewhere, but it's not super accessible. So this is something to keep in mind.
Thank you for calling the Heating, Ventilation, and Air Conditioning Help Center. Please enter your 5...
Nah, that's more of a air conditioning. Hey, how you doing today? I'm doing okay. I'm calling to see if you guys do like commercial air duct cleaning. Do you guys do that?
Unfortunately, no, we don't.
No? Okay. All right, no problem. All right, cool. No big deal. Let's see here. The climate doctor, heating contractor. There's not a lot of people in the area. And here's the thing, man, about this. It's like, this is where money is in government contracting. It's like, there's not a lot. And the company I spoke to, Galt Heating Cooling, they got 4.9 rating on Google, 777 reviews. They're like the best people in the area. And they said they can't do it. So it's like, you know, what I mean by that is like, well, there's money to be made here. If you can find someone who would do it, I might even have to look into PA and find someone to come across the border. You know, that's kind of what I'm thinking, or because that's all the subs in the area. According to that, let's do Youngstown. That was Vienna. So but that went down into Youngstown, Ohio.
Hi, thanks for calling. Sarah, how can I help you?
Hi, how you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for asking. How may I assist you?
I'm calling to get a quote for air duct cleaning services. Who do I have to speak to do that?
Yeah, I could set you an appointment, but may I know how many events you have?
Well, this is a large commercial. This is a large commercial job. It's actually for the young. It's actually. I got another question. Do you guys do work in Ohio?
Yeah, we also do work in Ohio. We have technicians there.
Okay, great. So this is for the Youngstown Air Reserve Station. It's for like a fire department. So it's pretty commercial.
Okay.
Is there? You want me to like? Who do Who do I speak to? Do I send a spreadsheet or a blueprint to someone, or how do I go about doing that? 'Cause I don't know all the vents. I don't know how many. It's a pretty big job.
Yes, sure. How about this? I could book an appointment and send a technician over, and then they can if the technician already there, they can discuss with you what job that needs to be done and how much does it cost.
Okay, you said you would send someone over. I'm sorry, I can't hear you that well.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think we had a bad connection here, but can you hear me now?
I can hear you a little bit better now. Can you have someone give me a call to get everything set up?
I could set you an appointment and send a technician over.
Yeah, because it's a base though, it's got to be like we got to get base access. We got to go through a lot of different procedures. Do you work with are you like a third party or this is like your company?
No, this is the actual company. Actually, I'm the one who booked the appointments and sent a technician over.
Oh, got it.
Yes.
Okay. Will the technician give me a call before they arrive?
Yes, actually, they will call you 30 minutes before they arrive. I need your first and last name.
Okay, it's Wesley Fisher.
And how about the best number that we could reach you at, Russell? All right, and how about the address for the job?
So the address of the location is the Youngstown Air Reserve Station. It's in Vienna Center, Ohio. It's basically like the airport there. Let me see if I can give you the address of the airport.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, it's the Youngstown Warren Regional Airport. So 1453 Youngstown, Kingsville Road, and that's Vienna, Vienna, Ohio, 44473.
Right, hold on 1 second. Let me check the scheduled date that we have for 1 second.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can schedule you on next week, Thursday.
Thursday would
Hello?
be, yeah, can you hear me? Thursday would be fine. What time on Thursday?
Okay, can I put you between 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Thursday?
12 p.m. to 3 p.m.?
Just in between the time frame.
Yeah. I mean, I'll have to definitely, what's the best way? I want to make sure I can confirm things though. Can I call you back to confirm that time window?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Yes, you can definitely give us a call back. Okay, and the address again is 145?
1453.
1453.
Yep. Youngstown, Kingsville Road, Vienna, Ohio, 44473.
Yes, so we told and don't worry, our technician will give you a call 30 minutes before they arrive to inform you that they are heading on the way. Anything else?
Thursday as in tomorrow?
No, on the 27th.
Oh, next Thursday. Oh, okay.
Next Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's well, actually no. We need to have a quote actually sooner than that. Is there nothing sooner?
Oh, sooner? Hold on.
Yeah. We kind of got to put something together the sooner before that date. Like we got to pass something like by the 26th, so had to be either Monday or Tuesday.
Monday or Tuesday. Okay, how about this? Can I call you back? Let me get in touch first with the technician. Maybe we could squeeze you and squeeze you in the early schedule.
Yeah, that's fine. If you get in touch with the technician, and then if you want to have them give me a call, because I can send you an email or send the technician an email of some of the blueprints up front. I think that would save on time.
Okay. All right, sure. No worries. I'll definitely call you back, okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
All right. Bye-bye. She was not. And that's why I asked the questions I asked. So, like, who do I got to speak to get a quote? Like, just no disrespect. Just more like what's going on here? It really, I mean, honestly, I've been bitten before. It sounds like a third-party company. It sounds like a company that just knows a bunch of air duct cleaning companies and they just schedule them because she's like, yeah, the technician, but she's like, no, this is the company. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm not really sold on that. But hopefully she can get the technician to call me. That's the only thing I'm sold on. It's like hopefully, even if I got to schedule a date for them to go out, call me before you go because I'm gonna give you the blueprints, and once they see the blueprints, they'll have a lot more information.
Thank you for calling. This is Kat. How may I assist you?
Same lady. Hey, how you doing? I was calling to get a quote for air duct cleaning.
Good. Yes, we do air duct and air heating services. Are you calling to book an appointment? If you want to book an appointment, I am going to get your information so we could schedule you. Would that be okay?
Nah, I'm okay. I appreciate your time. All right. Yeah, I'm done with that. So, it sounds like the exact same lady, bro. It's they're sitting next to each other or something, and that was literally a company that's like miles away. It's a third party. They do this. They do the same thing in janitorial. They'll have one company in which a bunch of companies have that same number, and all that company job is to do is put some. They're just the middleman, right? So I'm not. Yeah, I hung up with her. I'm like, we're not going to continue this. I'm not going to play this game. Yeah. But we got motion, man. So we got recap for today. Okay, we got the epoxy flooring quote coming on the 25th. We got the shipyard. Maybe call him back. You know, Monty. We'll hear about the shipyard one, and then air duct cleaning. It's kind of been hit or miss. There's not much going on there, but we got motion on 3. What time we start? Like 2:30. So about an hour and a half. So, I mean, we didn't walk away exactly with a quote, but, like, this is the process. Like, this is it. Like, my thing is, if you haven't submitted a proposal and it's been a year, 2 years, 3 years, I promise you haven't did an hour and a half of this. You haven't did what we just did, right? You're like, Wesley, I haven't did it for whatever reason. I don't know why you haven't did it, but if you haven't did it, like, this is the process. This is what the day in and day out looks like. I mean, honestly, go for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. You might not get a quote on the first day, but I kid you not, like we said before at the beginning of this call or beginning of this video, within 48 hours we'll probably have a quote. You know, from something we'll have a quote and we'll be able to submit, because as you guys should know, you want to aim for, you know, about 20 proposals submitted per month. That's what you want to aim for. So to be there, you got to do things like this every single day, maybe an hour, 2, 3 hours. If you can do more, do more. But that's how it works.
The next morning.
I like to be super transparent. Like, just so you know, like, so the government is looking for someone to get the job done. You know, multiple companies have called you and said, hey, listen, can you give me a quote so we can, you know, partner, get this done? For you, you'll have a better chance of, like, I mean, honestly, you're going to be the one doing it. Like, no matter what, like, you are going to be the one delivering the service, which is good for you. But the more people you give the quote to, the better chances are that you are going to be the one doing it. So if you want to, give me
my name, I guess. But what's your email? Because I just sent one out. Like I said to this lady, she was Rest Easy was her company.
No, that's that's not me. That's why I said we a totally different company. So I can give you my email if you want to just shoot it over to me. Like I said, I'm not new to this. Like, a lot of folks, you know, are out there, they're trying to figure things out. But we've been doing this for a little while, since 2020. We secured a lot of contracts. So I think we can make it happen.
Yeah, I'll shoot that email over to you, man.
Okay.
If it's going to help me try to get it in there, that's all I'm looking to do is just do the work. You know, I don't care who gets me in there.
Let's get it. Yeah, let's get it, man. All right, I'll look for your email and let's get it. Let's make it happen.
All right, thanks, Wesley.
All right, no problem. Take it easy. All right.
Josh, by the way.
Oh, Josh. Okay, Josh. It was great talking to you, man. I look forward. Hey, like I said, I got to get feelings. I look forward to talking to you soon, Josh.
All right, you too, man. Thanks.
All right, later. All right, bye-bye. All right, let me write that down real quick. So if you guys remember, yesterday we called about quotes, and I said it's a little tough to get these quotes because there's not a lot of people that can do it. Obviously, I just got some more information there. So there's a lot of lessons there, right? There's a lot of information I got from him, and I was just like, well, how many people were there? Or tell me this, tell me that. So I got a lot of tips there. But long story short, it's been less than 48 hours, and we have a quote. Now, again, you guys are like, Wesley, it is really a great quote. He's given a quote to 2 other people. You're now going to be the 3rd company that's got the same quote. And there were 7 other companies there. You know what I'm saying? Like, is there going to be a lot of money to make on this? I don't know. I really don't know. However, I got the quote. I'm not going to fall in love with it. I'm going to see what the numbers are. I'm going to put my money on top. I'm going to work with this guy. Guys, I've done HVAC contracts before, so I kind of have an idea of how pricing goes. If he comes in low enough that he needs to be, and I could put some markup on it, you know, hey, if we make $10,000, $20,000 a year on this, I'm happy. I don't need a lot of money for every win. For me personally, y'all, if I'm teaching you guys, if I make $10,000, $12,000 a contract, and I go get 10 contracts a year, pull in 6 figures for a year profit, you're good. And it's not a lot of work. They got to go there quarterly or whatever it is and do some services. That's the way to do it. We did calls yesterday. We were looking for the air duct cleaning in Vienna, Ohio for the fire department on the air base. And guess what? Within less than 48 hours, I got this. I got the quote. I got, what they're going to be doing. I got the each services. I even got a little bit of past performance. But this company has been in business for 25 years, providing grade A service at a fair price to all our happy customers. We look forward to applying our vast knowledge acquired over the years of trusted service, whether it's commercial or residential. We always provide complete service. So, you know what's funny, guys? Guess what? That's my past performance. Like, some of you guys are like, well, wait, Wesley, what does past performance look like? What the past performance is what the sub gives you. This company has been around for 25 years. That's my past performance. The total for all 5 years is $22,000 plus tax. They're not, I'm not tax exempt, so I still got to pay tax. I'm not going to say my exact pricing right now because I'm not quite sure, for one reason. And two, I want to make sure that this is just something we make sure that we have clear. So that's it. I'll keep you guys posted on this, but I want to just kind of wrap up the video. We made phone calls within less than 48 hours. We got a quote. Now, again, this is only one quote. Here's one tip I want to give you guys. If you want to have better pricing, if you want to have a better chance of winning a contract, as you might have heard in the phone call, there's a lot of people bidding on this opportunity. If you want a better chance, all you got to do is make more phone calls and go get more quotes. If you want a better chance, all you got to do is consider working with the Contracting Blueprint, and we can give you even more tips. Like, this is not the end of the iceberg, if you will. Like, there's an iceberg in government contracting, and this is only the tip. There's still stuff so much underneath the water, right? We still have to price compare. We still have to check USAspending.gov. We still have to check for the incumbent. There's still more things that we can do to make our pricing better and get a chance of winning this. As I told you guys, my goal is to make $12K a year off this contract and go on to the next one and go win 10 contracts in 2025. So that's my goal. Glad you guys are watching and tuned on this. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
This is the best decision that I've made in a long time for myself. There's so much information that's being shared with us right now. Just yesterday, I had a major aha moment. I know today I expect another aha moment too. Just absorb like a sponge. That's all I could tell you, man. Just absorb like a sponge, because guess what? We all will be next. Guaranteed. We all will be next.
Aha moments. He's dropping golden nuggets. He's doing it again today. But what I liked the most was, I spent time putting together a list of opportunities I was looking at, and we looked at them, and we selected one, and we just kind of talked about it. Did he help me really narrow in and focus on what I need to be looking at? And to me, that's just like, I've already got my money's worth today. I can just stop.
Just full disclosure, I had pushed and went all the way through everything: registration, website, NAICS codes, set aside, all of that stuff set up, cage code, all of that's been done. Myself, I was at a point to where I didn't know what the next steps were. I asked a couple of questions yesterday, got clarification, and that was great. I didn't ask any questions today. I've been listening, because it's hard to articulate, but it's almost like you don't know what you don't know. But to listen to the other students and Dr. West and the response and all of that triggered things for me. I'm like, oh, and I would write something down, or I'd take a note. It's great to come with specific questions, but just to sit and listen to that detail and listen to what some other people are experiencing and some of their questions and challenges, and you can be like, oh yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, this is a great session. Very happy that I did this.